Here we are for this piece of Batman lore.
It's great lore.
We are doing a series of films that are set during Christmas, during the holidays. I say that holidays because, like, some of this could be during Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. I like that. Give us more weeks.
Yes, more weeks.
Yeah, the holiday spirit movies that aren't holiday
Basically,
movies.
like post-Halloween spirit.
Post Halloween.
Yeah.
Although the look of this movie is very Halloweeny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very gothic,
Timmy,
very
right?
dripping stuff. Yeah.
Timmy's just only into that.
Very Nightmare Before Christmas vibes.
Yeah, we're talking about Tim Burton's Batman Returns, which I didn't know until recently that he was hired to direct the first Batman film that he did that was developed by other people. This one, because of the success of the first one, they kind of let him have free-ish reign to make the movie he wanted to make. I don't know that was a good idea.
I saw the like co-producer, co-director, and she did a bunch of these too, right? Like she did Catwoman, she did Halle Berry. Is it Denise de something Novi? Maybe I'm way
Maybe
off.
so. I'll look it up.
Yeah, because I looked her up because I saw her name right next to his. I was like, oh, I've never heard that name, but she's done hella movies too, and she did the Halle Berry Catwoman, which was like kind of mixed reviews at the time. I don't know how people look at it.
It didn't go.
In the past.
Yeah, I don't think it went well.
Yeah,
What was her name?
I think like Denise de, or just look up. Yeah, maybe the director or producer of Catwoman.
Oh, okay.
Denise DeNovi. I mean, she's obviously the director or co with this as well. But I'd never seen this thing front to back, and I was trying to tell Jim yesterday when we chose it that like it had like a certain look about it that I think is cool, and I'm not a Tim Burton fan. And Jim brought up like Beetlejuice has a similar look, which I've never really seen. But watching it, I think it has other movies that I like vibe too. Like it kind of has and it might be time period or even camera angles or whatever. But Back to the Future. I saw like Back to the Future in this a little bit, just like the sets in the background almost being like so fake in a sense, but they're real, but they're not.
Yeah, it's the use of practical effects, right?
Yeah.
It's the heavy use of less CGI and everything's kind of practical. Right?
I don't think there's anything that's CGI in this
exactly, yeah.
film.
Yeah, not the penguins. Like they're fucking real, which is sick. Like they're running around with bombs and they're real animals. But I think that's right. I think it's probably in the exact like decade where it wasn't like crappy effects and it wasn't CGI yet. They had like just got a handle on decent real effects.
Also, watching this movie, like this is the first time I've watched this movie like on a 4K 70-inch TV, and it's like, oh, this is not how I remember the last time I watched this. Went on a little shitty VHS style like
with even lines running across.
Oh, dude, it was like, it looked nothing like this. I used to watch this movie all the time when I was a kid, and not like the whole thing, but like parts, and it never looked like this. It's almost like it wasn't made to be viewed this clearly,
right?
Almost, you know what I mean?
I think that's kind of like
that's a lot of HD problems. Yeah,
I think Back to the Future is kind of like that too.
Yeah,
because like you see Back to the Future on like an 80-inch screen, really clean. And you're like, damn, this like Western world looks so this casino, this whatever looks so. The main town square that they film in both of them in this and in Back to the Future feels like they're filming it in the middle of like Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like the walls look like Disneyland built.
Yeah, they look like they're made out of styrofoam.
Yeah, that's I guess the view, and then that camera angle and timing kind of felt like that era for me.
So the trivia says that this set took up half of the Warner Brothers back lot.
Oh shit!
And these sets were mobile; they were literally like on wheels, and they would move them around.
Interesting.
Denise DeNovi. I'm trying to figure out what else she's a producer, and she's produced a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
She produced, Sacramento Homies, Little Women, Best of Me, Lucky One on any of these.
Where does this movie rank for most folk in the Batman world? Like I think most people say the Christian Bale trilogy is the best, right? Like that's kind of like a given.
But there's the people that are really into Batman Forever. There's the Batman Forever.
That's Kiss
people.
from a Rose.
Yeah.
That's Arnie.
No, that's Batman and Robin.
Kiss from a Rose is Batman Robin.
She also produced Edward Scissorhands.
Maybe that's
and Heathers, which is a fucking dark movie.
People really.
This movie wasn't even like that dark. Like Penguin's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know?
He's just weird. Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Why do they keep showing? I told Sebas outside. Why do they keep showing his like SpongeBob Minions ass the whole time? There's
'Cause
so
it's-
many
'cause
shots of
it's
his little
silly.
cakes. Yeah.
When he falls down face
Yeah,
first.
they just keep showing his
Cakes kinda
little like.
jiggle.
It looks like he's just got a a lowercase W butt.
Yeah, my wife, being a nurse, uses the phrase "unfortunate body habitus."
Yeah, his physique ain't it for sure. Poor guy.
Yeah, and
But-
that whole story, his whole little backstory is just so sad. You feel so bad for him.
I don't know if I do.
Did you catch who played his dad?
Yeah, wasn't that Pee Wee
It
Herman?
was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
I told Sebas there's so many famous actors creeping in and out of this.
Oh yeah, you got
Obviously Christopher Walken.
yeah, Christopher Walken, whose
Yeah.
voice just like was normal.
It was, right?
He wasn't
Except
very-
there was one line
Yeah.
where he sounded like Christopher Walken.
But it's like pretty
like
normal.
Saturday Night Live Christopher Walken.
What happened?
I don't know because his hair is fucking off the chain.
Dude.
He's got Doc Brown's hair.
dude.
Yeah.
So funny.
If Doc Brown's hair was a white fro,
His voice, yeah, like the tone is the same, obviously, but like his mannerisms are just so not there.
I really like these, these older Batmans that are very comic booky, very
Yeah.
quick, very quippy.
yeah.
Well, I think that's where DC went wrong, right? So the Christian Bales are at least my favorite.
Those are the elites for
and,
sure.
and they make them dark, but like good dark. Like you actually like feel it a little bit. It's like kind of realistic, like gritty.
Yeah, it's gritty, grounded. Yeah. Whereas I think that the newest one, the Robert Pattinson, the Batman, is relentlessly dark. Although it's a really good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one like almost goes. Yeah, they try to make it horror-y.
Yeah.
But then all the other DCs, they try to make gritty like this, like the Aquamans and the Batman
yeah,
vs.
all,
Robins.
all of the Snyderverse.
And I
stuff.
think they're so bad.
I don't
Like
mind
it feels
Aquaman
corny to
stuff.
me.
the Aquaman stuff.
I
is
don't
pretty
mind.
Funny.
I don't mind Aquaman.
I
The
don't
rest of
mind
it's pretty
Aquaman,
trash,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I just don't, I watched the newest Aquaman. It's like fine, but then to me they're just like trying to remake Thor with like the comedy and the vibe.
They kind of
Oh,
give me
yeah.
Power Ranger vibes,
Yeah, exactly.
but
But
I'm
that's
okay
like
with.
that's what like Taika Waititi like really brought into the superhero world, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy
Guardians,
started
yeah.
to do it a little bit, but then
But he's off his game lately.
Taika.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just does so much, right? You can't. Be
I
perfect everywhere.
really tried to get into.
What we do in the shadows?
No, the series on FX he had with the Reservation Dogs.
Oh, he just produced that one.
Oh, okay.
He didn't. He was executive producer.
I
He
really
didn't-
tried to like it. I really tried. And it had its moments, but it was just too.
Yeah.
It just like I don't know. It just didn't.
It
didn't work.
It doesn't conform to like regular situation comedy
Yeah.
stuff. And
there's-
sometimes that works for. I mean, it works for a lot of people. It doesn't work for everybody. I
This,
think.
the timing of the comedy was just like it was too far in between, and it was just like it was not. It didn't work.
I haven't seen it. I mean, Taika's kind of like that too, though, right?
But if he did, I thought he was fully more involved than.
No.
Okay.
No, he just.
They made it. They sold it under his name.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, because he
yeah.
was hot as shit when that
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah.
the airwaves or
Yeah.
whatever that hit it.
He does have like
Cables.
he does have like a unique comedy and like timing to a lot of his stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like I guess a Tim Burton, you can like feel when he's involved.
Yeah, like but Guardians, no, not Guardians. The Thor Ragnarok
Yeah,
is outstanding.
Fantastic.
yeah,
And
That was his peak.
Love and Thunder is not.
yeah.
Love
It's
and Thunder was probably one of the worst movies I've
super
ever
not.
seen from the Marvel camp.
Yeah, it's not great.
Same guy, same, similar cast, right? I mean,
Yeah, but script. Yeah, there's just always ways to fuck up.
Yeah, it just was not.
The Christian
wasn't
Bale
great.
thing didn't work.
No.
Yeah,
That was like from another movie. It was from a different movie. It was from a dark, like Snyderversey kind of movie, and not. It was just dark. I don't know.
Yeah, it just didn't. Yeah. When he goes and visits, like the very beginning, when he goes and visits like that other planet or whatever with
Yeah.
that guy, and they're like being mean to him or whatever, it was just like, oh, what is this?
there's a lot of Easter eggs that maybe I'm making up in my head, but maybe they're real in this movie that I think
Well, let's hear him.
Christian Bale and them stole from.
Oh, they definitely were inspired by all these.
One of the hardest lines I think in all superhero movies Penguin let out in this one, and it's kind of
What was
small.
it?
They don't really like hit it, but it's tough. I think he jumps on this motherfucker's back and says, "You want to be just like me? I'm a freak, and you dress up like one."
That's fair. Yeah.
That's tough, bro. And that's literally Bane, right?
Yeah.
You were born in I was born in the dark. It's the same fucking line, bro. But Penguin just comes so much harder with it.
Yeah.
It's a bar and a half that really got overlooked.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good point. I remember that now that you said it, but it never really stuck to me.
It stuck. It stuck. I thought fucking Tupac was in there spitting bars. Like, it was so tough.
My experience and exposure to the Batman world really started with the 60s Adam West TV Batman.
Yeah.
Those are creepy in their own way.
Well, they are, but they're
they're good. Yeah.
They're campy in a particularly light way, whereas this is campy in a not light way, I thought.
Yeah. It's very campy, but that's also Tim Burton.
That's the famous Joker, the Adam West one?
No, you're thinking of Jack Nicholson.
No. I think it's that where he looks crazy. He has like a really long face. He's doing white face.
He has his mustache.
Caesar Romero, he had a mustache, and they just
painted over it.
He refused to shave it, so they just painted over it.
That Joker is like, creepy in a weird way.
One where they're on like a boat? There's like an episode where they're on a boat.
Yeah, actually, that's the movie, I think.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's the movie. That's where he's got the bomb, and it's like, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, I've only seen.
I've watched that movie. That's probably the only one I've seen.
It's fucking great. But Burgess Meredith played the Penguin in that, and he was like, it's Mickey from Rocky.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Why is all Batman enemies, like the villains, like some fucking weirdos?
It's just they. I think,
but they're not all.
That's just Frank Miller inspiration.
Like,
right? Frank Miller wrote all these freaks in all the comic books.
But that was way before Frank Miller. This is all Bob Kane shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is 50s and 60s.
Because like Bane's kind of normal. Like even Poison Ivy.
I mean, like more like the 90s stuff though. Like the
dark stuff is there. Yeah, for sure.
I just mean in terms of like having some kind of like legitimate power. Like Penguin's like.
His powers. He's a freak.
Yeah. There was that. What is it? The Dark Knight Returns. There's just like in the comic book. There's like this like bad guy, and I think it's a trans man that has like breasts that have Nazi signs as the nipples. It's like
we may see that again soon.
Is the villain in the comic book? There's a lot of crazy stuff he wrote into these books.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, penguins, water, right? But they leaned into it very heavily here. And they are leaning into the water thing very heavily, or have been, in the Penguin series that's running right now on Max.
I'm behind.
Because he sets up his lair inside the old like water system in Gotham City, and it's the same
tunnels.
And it's the same thing in this movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Except that this part of it goes into I don't know, at the zoo. I didn't get theme park zoo. There was no fucking explanation of that shit at all. Suddenly they're in the zoo, and and then there are explosions, and I don't know. I was so confused.
He's driving a duck.
He's driving a duck.
Yeah, maybe there was like some kind of like
that I don't really get.
Maybe
either.
he like stole the old museum trash and hooked it up to the old train systems in the sewers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
And then like live penguins, like just so like not threatening.
Yeah,
they have like they have the outfits from Dodgeball when they get the wrong.
The dominatrix.
They get the wrong dominatrix outfits and they just throw them on these penguins. They have like leather thongs on with bombs.
Slut necklace.
Yeah, yeah, it's so weird.
Little harnesses.
Yeah. Poor little penguins looking all cute, and then
gag
they come
ball.
Up, freaked out.
So some amount of those penguins were real penguins, and some were mechanical.
Like the ones like in the duck when they go to break up the party. Those ones probably weren't real.
Yeah.
But like their heads were just going up and down only.
I think when they're waddling out of like the dark, they're definitely real. They look real as shit. It is so weird. I don't know. The penguin's just so weird. When those chicks are like hitting on him, when he's first like talking about being a politician, and these chicks are like really into it.
Yeah,
they're really into it.
Did I walk out of the room when he suddenly wasn't a mayoral candidate anymore? I don't understand how that happened.
The pacing of the movie
is very weird.
Yeah, they clearly cut a lot of shit.
There's not a lot of continuity to this film, like period.
No, the side quests kind of just stop.
Yeah, just like this guy was he was a candidate for mayor just like last week or whatever. It's like, when did he stop?
Yeah,
I don't understand what happened there.
I want to say the best character in the whole thing though is probably Alfred, right?
That's
Like,
that is
the most redeemable character, in the
right?
whole
Like
thing
he
is
could be
definitely
Alfred anywhere.
Yeah.
Like he
when
actually
I think
hits
of
it.
Alfred, when I think of Alfred in my head canon of like Alfreds, he's the one.
Me too. I think
And then Michael Caine.
Michael Caine's really
Michael
good.
Caine's good.
He's
Great.
good.
Yeah, obviously Michael Caine, but I still refer to the old guy.
I think
Because
in my head is this guy too.
He's in all 4 of those first ones.
Oh.
Yeah, he's even in the.
He's in Batman and Robin
Val
and
Kilmer.
Batman, and Batman Forever. Yeah.
And he is good. He's
Is he
good.
in? He's in Batman Robin too with Clooney.
Yeah. He just plays like
That's why.
a very tiny role in this one compared to some of the other movies.
Yeah, and that's actually a very interesting character from the comics because he was like a secret agent.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
part of the
his
team.
right-hand guy.
Yeah, he's part of
Yeah.
the team.
Which is more prominent in the new Batman. He's very involved.
Yeah.
In the new Batman with fucking
Yeah.
werewolf
Vampire.
boy,
The-
vampire boy.
But and same with Christian Bale's, right? Like he's involved for sure. He's part of the missions.
Yeah, he's like setting up the.
He's playing headquarters.
In the
Yeah.
60s Batman, the guy who played him was very old. But he did dress up as Batman once in that series because they needed a fake Batman to drive the Batmobile through whatever, so that because Bruce Wayne was in public, and so they had to have them appear to be in the same place at one time.
I love the suit in this movie with the yellow logo.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
like the yellow logo. I don't like the cowl from the neck up. It just looks very uncomfortable. And
Yeah,
then when he
like you can't
rips
even
it
turn your
off,
head.
yeah, when he rips it off, it looks really weird because it tears too high, and so it's like he's got like a weird irregular rubber collar around his.
Yeah, it's like
neck.
what's the football collar called? Like fullbacks will wear.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing like a C-spine collar. Like
Yeah.
he's like he's got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Is-
kind of peak Pfeiffer, right? It's like
It's in the
or
neighborhood
a
of
little
peak
older.
I think peak Pfeiffer to me is Fabulous Baker Boys, but that was kind of around this time with Jeff and Bo Bridges. It was really
She's probably the
good.
best actor in this movie.
Come on, man, Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's.
Christopher Walken sleepwalks through this movie.
Yeah, he just
he
kinda-
could, I mean, he could have phoned this in. I
The
think.
shooting with the 9 Lives scene was
Yeah.
just like
No,
classic,
So,
classic Walken.
yeah, he's so funny. I don't know why. He's such like an icon.
Yeah, no, more so now than he was then.
For sure. Same with who's the dark haired dude in Jurassic Park, and Ben loves him. Ben Claridad loves him.
Oh, from Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Shit. What's his name?
He's also like an icon. Jim will know him for sure if I explained it better.
He's always wearing the leather jacket.
Yeah,
Mr.
glasses.
Suave. He's always wearing like Prada cropped.
He kind of looks like
shirt.
Kenny Santucci.
Fucking what the hell's his name? That's a big pile of shit.
Oh my God, I don't remember that.
Why can't we think of his name?
I don't know either.
I'm gonna look him up. I feel like him and Walken. What Jurassic Park is he in? The first.
He's in like all of
Oh, there
them.
he is. Dude, he's so good. What's his fucking name?
He's in like
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Oh, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
I feel like Jeff Goldblum and Christopher Walken have like just like kind of secret aura. Like they're like.
Oh, Goldblum's got all the aura.
Yeah, but so does Walken though in a
He's
way.
got young guy Riz. He's got
Yeah.
old guy Riz.
Yeah.
He's got just Riz.
Yeah, and they're just like so famous. They're like the most famous that guy. And they're bigger than that guy, but they're like just so. Yeah, they're both.
Yeah,
of them.
because you can imagine Jeff Goldblum making you a cup of tea, and
For
like
sure.
that
Oh,
would be just
yeah.
a whole experience to have Jeff Goldblum make you a
Yeah,
cup
you
of tea.
you can imagine a daily vlog with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He
You
had like
know?
a show for a while. He was doing like kind of more recently. Like,
Yeah,
like,
it
some kind
just
of
got
show.
canceled. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. They tried to jump on the Riz moment maybe a little too late.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe so. But I did hear that not that he will be in it, but they're making another movie in the universe of The Fly that he was in.
Oh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Totally different cast, but in the same universe, wherein humans can teleport, but they get mixed up with flies.
Interesting. I bet you he's going to be in a Star Wars movie before it's all said and done.
Yeah, well, he's in
He's in something, right?
He's in Ragnarok.
Yeah,
and Love and Thunder.
yeah. He
And
does feel
and
like
Taika was supposed to have his own Star Wars movie, but that did not happen.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of Star Wars shit that never happened.
Yeah.
We might be lucky because
We might be lucky that didn't happen.
I don't know. I feel like a Taika kind of fits Star Wars because like
He could
every
do like a
Star
series
Wars,
maybe.
yeah, every Star Wars does have like a little like weird humor to it. You know,
yeah.
it
Oh,
always
yeah,
has
it's
a
part of
quirk.
it. It's part of it.
Yeah, even the old ones, there's always a quirk, and Taika's that. Like he's the quirk guy. He's like quirky humor.
You can give him the reins on like a, like a video game type of character, right? Like a younger,
maybe a pod racing
bounty
series
hunter or something. Yeah, or something. Yeah,
I'd watch
it. Like somebody on the run.
Maybe a Jar Jar Binks origin story.
Yeah, you could do that, or you could do like some kind of gambling, like someone like that is like working for the, the mobs of such, right?
Yeah, who's the Bulba? Sebulba?
Sebulba?
Sebulba, the
guy
slave
who,
owner.
Yeah, the slave owner.
Oh, that's right.
Who owns
Sebulba
Anakin.
would be good. A Sebulba origin story.
With his chance dice.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even remember that part. I hate the fucking movie.
Yeah.
However, I think it bears noticing that there is just almost no Batman in this movie. Batman, he goes away and he returns several times in the movie, but it's short scenes for the most part.
He's driving the car. That's about it.
Yeah, there's just not much Batman in this movie. It's more of a Penguin Catwoman.
Yeah.
Do you think Max Shrek movie?
And not a lot of like actual fighting either. Which is obviously what you expect in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like lack of fight coordinators or like athleticism? Because the one fight where he jumps on his back is so awkward. And like that's my point, I guess, about these bad guys in Batman world. Like, what is Penguin gonna do?
Waddle. I don't know.
Like throw
sick his
strap bombs on
you?
a penguin. Yeah, like, and then he's got some like reject clowns. Like he's got no. I'm whooping his ass. I'm not even Batman.
Yeah, the clown at the beginning when they like steal the baby.
Yeah.
Well, I think you just shove him over and he can't get back up. And
That's
you're
what
done.
I'm saying.
He's a bug. However, I will say that this new Batman series, making him a wannabe crime lord, fucking works.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he's the perfect con man. He's very charismatic.
Yeah.
And he promises a lot of shit, and you believe him or whatever, and then he fucks you.
They almost have that here, right? Because he has these gang of clowns following him.
Yeah.
They just didn't lean into that. And then, some penguins with some lasers strapped to him pops up. Like, it's just not an intimidating guy.
Yeah.
And then, he's like fucking flirting it up with some like 19-year-old blonde chick on the stairs, You're like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. The eating the fish.
Dude,
Never
just
forget
everywhere.
that.
So
and his
gross.
hands.
Probably
He's
the
just
most
so
iconic,
gross.
parts of the movie,
Yeah.
right?
That's another thing I think they got right in this, with the new Penguin with Colin Farrell, who you can't even see that it's Colin Farrell. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, they just did. He's just kind of you actually see him as a kid in this series too, and he's just built like that. He's just built like super stocky, but he's got something wrong with his leg.
Yeah, he's got that limp.
And he's got his like foot is all turned, and so he can't actually walk very well, and he's always in pain. That works for me.
That's the waddle, right? That's why they call him the penguin.
This penguin has kind of webbed hands, kind of like a thalidomide
like
baby,
a birth effects, essentially, right?
Yeah, there was a drug in the 50s and maybe early 60s that was given to pregnant women for nausea, and it caused all kind of birth defects, including
webbing
and flipper hands and flipper feet.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Whatever. Yeah, so it kind of feeds into that a little bit. But he was also like just a morally reprehensible sociopath, and so is this version. So in the Penguin series,
I feel like that's all the enemies, right? Like the Riddler.
Yeah.
Or like, what are his superpowers? He's just a fucking psycho. The Joker, literally just a psycho. Scarecrow, just a psycho. Right? And I know like Arkham Asylum is a key component of the Batman stuff. But they're all literally just like psychos. They're not like actual villains.
They've all just had a breaking point.
Yeah, they're all just rejects.
They're all like regular guys that had a breaking point based off of some interaction with Batman.
And Batman's literally just
like
a bully,
like
actually. A good series is kind of the Suicide Squad look, although they've never, in my opinion, done those well. But where like Batman is the bad guy. Because he really is just bullying freaks around.
Yeah,
he's just a rich dickhead.
And this Batman kills people. They don't make a big deal of it, but totally kills people.
Yeah, and that's like, historically not a thing, right? I mean, a lot of them, right?
In the comics, he killed people all the time.
Because Spider-Man doesn't like to actually kill people.
And
like,
Superman doesn't like it. That's why Man of Steel, when he kills General Zod, that's a big deal. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, back to her for a second, and stunts. She learned that fucking whip. And that scene where she's knocking the heads off of the mannequins, that is one take.
Yeah,
she fucking did that.
Yeah,
she got really good with the whip.
I think I remember reading. I think I saw like a clip about that on Instagram.
Yeah.
That was floating around.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the only cool thing about being an actor, right? Like besides all the money, like you have insane amount of hours, but you have resources to do cool shit. So I take advantage of it.
You have hours with an absolute expert in some field
all
that
paid
teaches
for.
you shit. Like
That's why Keanu's cool, and we've talked about him, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He wants to get good with guns because it's free and it's cool, and he wants to get good at driving. Like
jiu-jitsu.
yeah, soak it up.
yeah, Legolas in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He that I'm blanking on his name. The actor got really
Bloom?
good at archery. Yeah, Orlando Bloom. He got really good at
Yeah,
archery.
that is Bloom.
And Jeremy Renner
Yeah.
too. In the Marvel movies, got like really good at archery because he had some basic adaptation to it, and
It's
then
going to carry over well on screen.
Yeah.
Might as well.
and then had the best people in the world teaching him how to.
Yeah. The the number one ranked.
And if that's your
archery
fucking job,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I mean they're not learning their lines while they're doing this kind of physical prep.
Yeah.
You got nothing else to do but that. And it's just like the people who get jacked for movies. It's like, well, if that was your job.
Yeah, well, they also just give them all the fucking sauce they need to do it rapidly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All the tricks and
Yeah, your job's training.
The biggest, it's just crazy, like, to think of how many people don't realize, like, that's a thing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. Yeah,
Like, they've been doing that forever.
Yeah, the actors always say that they don't, but they do. They have to. Like, why wouldn't you? I mean,
Yeah, you're not going to get that size in 3 weeks.
The craziest like mind fuck just happened where there's I was trying to explain to Sebastian. There's a wannabe like fitness influencer who's in hindsight I think he's like 19 and natural, but he was pretending to be he's natural. In hindsight, or he was pretending to be a 15-year-old on shit to get famous.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck world do we live in?
Yeah.
You know? Like, how backwards thinking is...
I've seen a couple of videos lately where guys are like, it's a video of them posing or lifting or whatever. And it's like before steroids. And then there's another one of them looking really, really good. And they say still before steroids. It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And they also have all their tricks, right? Like certain muscle groups that they kind of hit to
For
make
sure.
look big on screen.
And
Now, it
kids
was
are
a-
getting better at lighting and
Yeah,
posing.
Oh, yeah.
Posing's so big right now.
Hot lights from overhead will make your
Yeah.
muscles look
What's his
bigger.
name? Ryan Fisher from like Chalk.
Yeah.
Whatever. He did a good video the other day about all these like famous kind of celebrity bodies and like what their heights and weights were for those roles. And
Oh,
most
that's
of them
cool.
were like right around 6 foot and right about around 175 pounds, but they look 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Because of the shoulder caps
Yeah.
and the lighting
And
the-
genetics, right? They're already like the best looking people on the planet.
Yeah, it was like Brad Pitt
Yeah.
Fight Club. It was like
Yeah.
it was like what's his name from 007.
Yeah. Thor, I think, though, is the one. Like, I think Chris Hemsworth was like 220 and like 6'2".
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He
Like an
probably
actual
looked
tank.
like 250.
Yeah, like an actual tank.
Yeah, I just rewatched the first Captain America again. And like when he comes out of that chamber,
Yeah, he's jacked.
he's fucking jacked.
Yeah.
How fucking terrible does that movie with him and The Rock look, huh?
It looks really bad. It
Oh
looks
my
like,
gosh.
Is it up and coming? I don't think I've seen a preview.
Oh, dude, it looks like maybe the biggest pile of shit that's ever been made.
Can we just say finally that I've been right about The Rock for a decade, and finally the internet's agreeing?
And I've been on your side.
I haven't disagreed with you.
But you know what I mean? Like the internet was on his dick, man,
Dude,
just
yeah.
riding that thing.
Dude, so you remember?
And finally they realized he's just fake, shitty actor, not funny.
No, he's got nothing.
Literally, he's got nothing. He was a really good
The
wrestler.
Rock was cool.
He was a
actual
really
The
good
Rock
wrestler.
was cool.
And he was legitimately funny in the ring.
And Walking Tall like was kind of like those first couple movies were
Yeah.
fine.
He almost needed to go more of like only that way, like the Jason Statham.
Yeah.
He would have been a better actor in there, but he tried to like show his skills
Well-
in singing and shit.
Well, it's the comedy side. It's like you're not like that funny.
No, he's not.
The what's it called? Do you remember Not Another Teen Movie
Yeah.
with not Chris Hemsworth with
Is that the Wayans?
the
The Wayans brothers? Or their scary movie?
That's-
No,
Scary
it's
movie.
it's with Captain America. What's his name?
Yeah, Chris Evans. Well, yeah, when he was like a teen bopper.
Yeah. So they took that character from that movie
Okay.
and made him like a superhero, but with that same personality as him in that movie.
And he's with The Rock?
And he's with The Rock, and he's got a beard.
Did they say it's tied like that, or you're
No, that's what they did.
That's the vibe. Yeah.
And it does not translate.
Yeah. I mean, I will say the only movie of The Rock that I actually like semi enjoyed. Moana's not bad for sure.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. And then the one with Kevin Hart, Central Intelligence, actually isn't bad.
Those two kind of figured it out together.
Yeah, and the story,
their chemistry's fun.
And there's like an actual story to that. Like there's some twists and turns in that movie.
Yeah,
where
I watched
every
it
other
one
Rock
time.
movie is just watch it again. It's definitely not terrible.
I think The Rock's best role ever was The Other Guys.
Other Guys isn't bad either.
Any for the bushes?
Yeah, we just talked about it yesterday. There's a
because they're actually kind of making fun of him.
Yeah, no, they
without
are for
him,
sure.
without him knowing.
Yeah, no, he's the jock meathead they're making fun of. We talked about it yesterday that Step Brothers were. There's a fan theory that it was set place in Sacramento. Did you see that?
Huh.
Yeah, they screenshot a bunch of takes from.
It looks like the Fab 40s. The house
from Step Brothers. It does kind of.
Yeah.
And in front of it, when his brother's selling it, the number on the for sale sign says 916.
Oh shit! Really?
And then there's like a couple meetings they're in with like Seth Rogen and shit, and they screen cap it, and there's an OG Sacramento Kings sign in the corner.
So
like,
it was based in Sacramento.
Yeah, it had to be, right?
Well, if it says 916,
Yeah.
like what?
Crazy,
that's
right?
it right there.
And why would they choose that? It's so random, but it does kind of look like a Fab 40s house.
Well, a lot of things are kind of. I know that was a while ago when that came out, but you know, Sacramento is kind of used for this like suburban lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like in Hollywood, right? Like there's very suburban,
Yeah.
small city, but like big city vibe movies.
That's not L.A. and
That's
San
not LA.
Fran. Because San Fran and L.A. are, when they film them, they want to do the iconic shit.
Yeah, they want
so
that-
they
they
only
want the
show
steep-
Hollywood and they'll only
Yeah.
show Golden Gate.
Yeah, they'll show steep hills.
Yeah,
you
where
know.
Sac is kind of the neutral.
Think about like how many Ben Stiller movies have been made where he lives in like San Francisco.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
there's been like at least 3.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, or even like Ant-Man, all that shit. Because San Francisco, there's a
Yeah.
look you know. In Sacramento, the world doesn't know the look. So it can't just be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
There is that Michael Cera movie coming, I think this fall still.
Oh yeah, and then
Based
also
in
the
Sacramento.
and also,
and Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's soon, I think. I
isn't
think
it called Sacramento? Or
Yeah,
some
I
shit like
literally
that?
think it is. I literally
Oh,
think it
maybe
is.
I'm looking at the wrong one.
This is the one where they're like some college buddies that just take like a road
There's
trip.
a new Leonardo DiCaprio movie coming out that was done a ton in Sacramento.
Yeah, and fuck. Taylor, what's her name? Used to date Iman Shumpert. I think they broke up.
Well, there was
Tiana
like a-
Taylor. Tiana Taylor's in it. A bunch of people are in that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's probably next year though, because they just filmed it this summer maybe.
Spring, summer.
Yeah.
The Sarah?
No, the Sarah was I think coming out now, but the DiCaprio one's probably next year.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
after.
think they said 2025 for that.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be. They're saying that's supposed to be like almost like a Bonnie and Clyde or something type of movie.
Maybe Tiana
some shit
Taylor.
like
Maybe
that?
with Tiana Taylor, that could be fire.
I think they're saying it's like a Bonnie and Clyde esque or something. There was some famous reference that it's basically was a remake of.
I think I was out of town when they were filming it, but all the pictures I saw, they were all at the courthouse.
Yeah, they did the courthouse and they went to some places like in Lodi and shot in like convenience stores in like
Mhm.
Lodi
Yeah, that's cool.
for like that kind of small
Yeah.
mom and pop store vibe.
Yeah,
Stockton.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Back to this one. Michael Keaton was paid $10 million. This is double what he got for Batman
For
the
those-
first one,
For those takes?
making him the highest paid superhero actor at the time, surpassing Christopher Reeve in who was paid $6 million for Superman for The Quest for Peace, which is a piece of shit. It's a terrible movie.
Yeah, he spent most of the time just kind of with his hands on his hips watching the TV
Yeah, pretty
in
much.
that movie.
The Catwoman costume, she was like vacuum sealed into it. She couldn't
see that.
hear
Oh wow.
herself. They had to to tell her to lower her voice so that it would resonate more in her ears,
Interesting.
so she could hear what she was saying. That's
Interesting.
just crazy.
That's one of those scenes from that movie that always like stayed with me. Like when I would like just randomly I would think about it is when she's like building that suit on her bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of those scenes that like, as a kid just kind of got burned into my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That character is interesting because the person who fucked her over was Shrek, but also Life a little bit. But that her apartment is fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. All
Yeah.
that does like all the Batman stuff is about like like not handling life and turning evil,
Yeah.
right? Because Batman even himself, right? Like,
Yeah.
like all right, your parents died, I'm just gonna go kill people. Yeah, Catwoman like got a little screwed by life, I'm just gonna fucking kill everyone.
Yeah,
I don't
the-
understand what her deal was with Batman though.
She was like obsessed with like the idea of like being
Yeah.
with him.
But so is Poison Ivy or whatever a little bit, right? Like there's always like this weird sexual tension
Yeah.
between him
What
and
happens
everyone.
with her? She like falls into the plants and then they like
yeah, they just
consume her.
Yeah, they just heat her.
Yeah.
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 But that's every movie ever. Like which
next
one,
one.
is it? The last Toby or one of the
next
first
one. No, 2 after.
early Andrew Garfields where Jamie Foxx plays like Electro or whatever? He just falls into water and electricity and now he's a superhero.
Yeah.
Like it just always happens, you know. You fall into some shit and now you're fucking Fantastic Four. You're in outer space. You hit some radiation. Now you're a superhero. Like
Jim Carrey in Forever.
yeah, he's not talked
That
about
is
a lot.
so. That's such a good role for him. He did such a good job on that.
I'd almost like to see him in like the in like a more serious one too. Like talk about being able to play a crazy guy if he wanted.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it before the Andy Kaufman documentary.
That's so crazy. I still haven't seen that.
Dude, I was watching with my family and
It's kind of unsettling.
talk about like the burnt in
Yeah.
memories. Like my whole family. I don't know if it was with my dad or my mom or maybe everyone. But it was on my old house. I was probably in my early 20s, maybe 18. We're watching that. And in my brain, I'm seeing like, God damn, dude, Jim Carrey's a genius, you know? And then my whole family was like, this is trash. Like, turn this off. And I'm like, dude, this guy's he's so psycho. It like the commitment is so beyond what other people are doing. He's willing to fight homie from the WWE in real life to pretend to be somebody. He's like kissing Kaufman's ex-wife. Like
Yeah,
he
he's
just doesn't
wild.
give a fuck.
He's wild.
He,
He's another one of those characters too. Like he just like I think Bruce Wayne just kind of brushes him off about like an idea.
Yeah,
and then
he just freaks
snaps.
out. Yeah, you don't tip your valet guy, and he just turns to a villain.
I'm gonna warp everyone's brains with my brain waves.
And his outfit.
Is that what really like gave him the power and all that shit in that movie? I can't remember.
I do think Bruce Wayne's just a dick to him.
Oh
one
yeah,
day.
Bruce. He like wants to tell Bruce about like something that he made, and Bruce was like, "Oh, like I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of get away from me." And he like just like, "What? This is all I've cared about showing and doing." And
So-
then the guy that I look up to the most that I want to show this to, he works for Bruce.
Yeah.
He's an employee.
I think maybe it's my brain rattle, but I swear Electro and Jamie Foxx is like the same story as Riddler.
Oh, you know what else is also the same story? The guy who creates the thing that makes your body glow and makes you super strong in the second Iron Man movie.
Oh yeah,
The Guy Pearce character.
Yeah. That's all these guys. Is like the superhero. Yeah, because Iron Man, right, has a lot of continuity with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the
rich, charismatic, good looking, kind of a bully, but kind of funny. You don't really know what's going on. But the truth is, they're just bullies making villains to go fight.
I think that's something that the trilogy, the Batman trilogy, did really well with Bruce Wayne. Is that Christian Bale is just like a dopey playboy as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And so it's like you wouldn't suspect him to be anything. Every other time he's like this upstanding citizen, and he in those movies he's just kind of a rich asshole.
He's
you know?
much more like Iron Man. Like Iron Man and Christian Bale Batman.
He's like a
particularly are
Patrick
identical.
Bateman that like doesn't murder women. He just like goes and fights crime for fun instead.
Down. Fucks hoes.
Yeah.
The and then you got like just the sad, depressed Gen Z in what's his name? The Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's not Gen Z,
Pattinson.
Yeah,
but he kind of plays like a
Right.
a suppressed Gen Z
He's
or
one of the vampires
Angsty.
from.
He's angsty.
he's angsty.
He's an angsty.
He's got
bro.
like he's giving teenage angst.
Yeah. He's about to go on MySpace and write the meanest title.
But he like
update.
looks he looks young, but also
Right.
not in that movie. I think they made him kind of look younger.
He's probably what, like our age? In real life?
Pattinson?
yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
Right?
I think he's either 38, 39. something
Yeah,
like that.
he's probably but they make him look young. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of got, I mean, he's
he's got a
rich.
younger vibe.
Yeah.
I just learned this week, speaking of angst, that hangnail doesn't come from the nail hanging off when it's clipped and it's still sort of sitting there, whatever. That is not where hangnail comes from. It actually comes from the same root as angst.
Angnail.
Yeah, angnail. And I don't know.
Oh, it's not hang. It's ang.
It's spelled with an H, but that's the origin is the same. Is the same root as angst. Because really it's annoying, right?
Sure. Yeah, it's like Paper Cut should have a name like that too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not really cut. You're cut, but it just like is more annoying than painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, paper cuts. Gross.
They
Paper cuts are crazy.
sting.
Yeah, paper cuts are
Paper
crazy.
cuts. Sting.
Yeah, what was the one before this? Was Batman Batman?
Batman.
Just Batman.
Just Batman.
And that was with
Who's the bad guy?
Nicholson.
that was Nicholson Joker.
Okay.
And he falls into a vat of chemicals. He's a gangster,
Yeah.
sort of a 2-bit gangster who falls into a vat of chemicals.
Yeah.
And I think that the deal is that he like lands on his mouth, and that's how it gets hit. How he gets the scars.
I don't know if they remember. I don't remember them showing that. Or
And he got green skin out of it.
Oh.
yeah, I just remember the scene when they're destroying all the art and the dancing
Yeah.
while they're destroying the art and the purple jackets.
Yeah.
I just can't.
The Prince tribute, Purple Jackets.
Yeah, that was like the part I remember the most of that movie.
Yeah.
The movie kind of creeps me out.
What's the year on this movie? Like 94?
Yeah, maybe even earlier.
Because I just feel like it is the era now.
92?
Now, like thinking about how it's all
92.
shot. Yeah, like The Mask. The Mask is kind of shot like this a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's got mask vibes.
Just in terms of like the set and the cartoony. Yeah, there's like a lot of things in this era that was very stylistic to be like this, which I kind of like, to be honest.
It's just nostalgia. It's nostalgia at this point.
Yeah,
right?
that too. And I just do like the vibe, even though I'm not a Burton guy.
Yeah, everything Burton does is he just shoots it like at an angle like this, right? Every scene's shot like this.
Yeah.
Dutch angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's unsettling.
It
It
is.
doesn't look right.
It's like,
Right.
no way.
It's like I was showing Sebastian, I think yesterday. There's an Instagram that took a bunch of pictures of houses on the hills in San Francisco, and you know how they're built straight up, but the street is got a severe like slope to it, so turned, so that when you're looking at them, all the buildings look like they're like this. They're
With
all
the streets straight.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're disturbing, right?
Yeah. Probably plays with your brain.
That's weird.
You didn't watch this? Did you watch this?
I
saw
watched
it?
part of it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's your reaction from a even much younger generation
I
than
felt like there was like a lot of sexual like tension going on.
there? This is the horniest Batman
Yeah, I was
movie
like-
Yeah.
ever.
What was it the Penguin said? It was like I was looking for that pussy or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
what the
Yes,
fuck?
he does say that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh.
Just the
'Cause it's
pussy
like-
I was looking for.
just the
Yeah.
pussy I was looking for. I was like, oh.
Play
alright.
on words with the cat woman. You know,
Yes.
it was great. Great.
It
Yeah.
wasn't too bad. There wasn't much Batman inside of it.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I was
you're right.
saying. Yeah.
$10 million. What a fucking
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah. Well, he's very rich now, so for sure. Their scenes together are, when they were just Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne, they feel like they're out of another movie to me in some ways, and the tell where they both figure out that they're the Catwoman and Batman because of that one phrase.
Yeah.
Mistletoe can be dangerous in the wrong hands or something like that, or whatever the line was.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw that one coming a mile away. Even the first time I saw
you
it.
and me are the same. Split right down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
some of the the corny, cringy fun about it. Even like the very last line about Christmas in the car when Alfred's driving around was super corny.
Yeah.
Just kind of wrap a little bow on it, you know?
Yeah, they wrapped it up nicely.
Yeah.
Also, the part where you find Christopher Walken's charred body looks
Yeah,
like
it's
what?
so funny. Yeah, it's so bad.
It looks like
It looks
straight
like-
out of Beetlejuice.
It looks like the Beetlejuice, yeah, for
it's so
sure.
bad. Yeah, it's so bad.
I can't remember if he had already made Beetlejuice when this came out.
Probably close. It's definitely close.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice might be a little bit
I heard
older.
the second one. I haven't seen it. I heard the second one was actually really good.
No, Dan said it was really good.
Yeah.
I've never even seen
I heard
the
they hit it right on the head with like what you wanted from a second one.
Yeah, I've never seen the first one front to back. It's another one that was on TNT, and I'd catch it when I caught it, kind of thing. Like a lot of these movies growing up were like that TNT, TBS, like same with this Batman one.
Beetlejuice has got its unsettling moments too that kind of like give you childhood trauma a little bit.
Yeah, but that's probably why too. And there was a cartoon. I watched that more. That was on like
I don't think I've
Cartoon
ever seen any of
Network or
that.
something.
Never saw any cartoon.
Yeah, just never was like raised with Burton. Still never seen Nightmare Before Christmas front to back.
Dude, Brock has been, my son, who was 5 years old, he's watched that movie, I think, already fucking 25 times.
No way.
Like, this, like, since, like, before, like, a week before Halloween
Yeah,
or
yeah,
2 weeks
about
before
it.
Halloween. Like, he's been watching it pretty much every day.
About it.
Beetlejuice was before this, 1988.
Yeah.
That was the year I was born. Beetlejuice came out. I remember that
Yeah,
now.
me too.
Beetlejuice, I didn't fucking understand that movie. I mean, it wasn't bad. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
The,
It's kind of one of those cult,
the
classics.
banana boat song scene is the fucking best thing
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
By far and away.
Wasn't that guy like wasn't that guy like a murderer in real life? The guy from that or something crazy, the dad in that movie, wasn't he like
I don't know.
the dad?
the dad in Beetlejuice ended up being like a fucking
Oh, yeah,
serial
yeah, no,
killer or
he's-
some shit?
I think that
That's amazing.
what was that fucking
What a
his
dumbass.
name?
Or like
serial killer
a
and then
serial
become
rapist
famous?
or a serial rapist or something.
Yeah, he was definitely a sexual abuser of some kind, and I can't remember his name.
But he was in a lot of movies back then. Like he was kind of like a common act. He was
that guy, Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. He was the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I
Interesting.
don't know if there's anything.
I feel like there was something with him.
No, there definitely was. That's why he's not in. Well, maybe he's not. Maybe he's dead. No, he's apparently still alive. Yeah, that's why he's not in Beetlejuice because he's like
There were some allegations.
became too problematic. Yeah, there was like credible whatever. I don't know if he was convicted or of whatever, but just
Yeah.
not a good deal. You would not want him in your movie.
Yeah, there was something along those lines. Yeah, anyways, what's the main girl's name that like from Beetlejuice that got like caught? Like, remember she was like shoplifting, stole a bunch of
Winona
shit.
Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what she was good in was fucking Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really good at Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds is a good movie. We were talking
That's
about
her, right?
I think so.
I'm not sure that I ever saw that movie.
We were talking about how
Mr. Deeds is a sleeper.
I was talking to the boys this weekend. Shout out to Weez and Dion who came through SAC. And where I was telling them how like some Adam Sandler movies have like some real lessons. Like,
Oh, dude,
like
yeah.
Click,
Big Daddy?
Big Daddy, and Mr. Deeds all are like, like pretty funny, but they're not like crazy goofy Adam, right? He's still like kind of goofy, but not, like Waterboy and all that's like goofy
Dude,
as
Big
fuck.
Daddy will pull your heartstings a
Same
bit.
with Click.
Yeah, and Click
You'd be
too, for
crying
sure.
at the end of Click.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so good.
Jeffrey Jones was arrested in 2002 for possession of child sexual abuse materials.
There you go.
And soliciting a 14-year-old boy to produce sexually explicit images between
Yikers. Yeah.
September
I
2000
knew there was
and
something
May
dark
2000.
with
Yeah,
that
well,
guy.
Yeah,
it's
that
very,
ain't
very
it.
dark.
That
yes.
ain't it.
Photographed the child, paid him to pose nude on multiple occasions, wearing a cowboy hat, stuffed animals, and dressed as a Native American.
Fuck. Okay.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. That's why he's not in the
Probably
movie.
not making the third one either.
Well, I fear the third one because if you say the name of the third one aloud, fucking Beetlejuice appears just in front of you.
Oh, they're going to have to do something with that in the marketing, I guess.
And I guess it's definitely true in the first one. I haven't seen the second one. There's again, Micheal Keaton is playing a character that is barely in the movie. He's like it's like 17 or
pops up.
18 minutes of the whole movie that Beetlejuice is actually.
But you know what, though, about Keaton? Every time he shows up, he kind of steals the show. Think about
He
him
is
and, like,
memorable.
him and the other guys. It was
Yeah.
probably some of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, he is memorable. What was he, the police chief or something?
Yeah, he was the police chief. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
He kept dropping the lines from like TLC.
Yeah.
Pacific Heights, wasn't he in that movie? Plays like a
Maybe.
bad cop or a bad guy somehow.
He's in the new Spider-Mans too, right? Isn't he Falcon or
he's
whatever?
Hawkman.
Yeah.
Hawkman. What was that one movie too where he was like a superhero of his own in his own little world?
I don't know why.
Where he like fly around. It was supposed to be like really good.
It was really good. It was. It is.
I never saw it, but
It's kind of all one shot, and not really, but they.
it just feels like it's continuous
Birdman.
Birdman. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Birdman's
That's the
good.
one. Yeah. No,
I've seen Birdman.
I actually like that movie, but
It's basically like two shots the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
was it really? Did they just edit it that way, or did
No,
they,
I think they tried to do it that way.
They shot as long as they could,
Yeah.
and they would end when they had to end. They would end on a static image that they could pick right up and go either like on somebody's back and it's black or whatever, and then they just pick up at the same spot again.
Yeah.
But I think they got away with like 45 minutes. Like they bang out a bunch.
Yeah, I know it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
It is
just
shot.
crazy.
It is shot cool. Because it's like, yeah, it's kind of vlog cammy because you're like following bodies and the transition will go to another body. It's cool.
Makes me wonder what a real like recognizable superhero movie would feel like if it was shot like that, or even part of it, just a big long oneer, like a 15-minute oneer. Did you see 1918?
No, the military movie.
Yeah, that's another
World War I movie.
Christopher Nolan.
I think he did that.
Yeah, and that's all one. It's
That big running scene.
intend to be all one shot, the whole movie.
Oh, the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives you a very weird, very like personal you feel like you're like in it. It's like almost a POV kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else that we want to say about Batman Returns?
I guess this one does very lightly like kind of crest the Christmas because of that one line at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
they
is
set
set
it
at
up.
Christmas.
For sure.
We're working
Yeah.
from a list here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, it's very holiday-esque. I got me in
In the snow, it's good.
Yep, got me in the Christmas
So that's
spirit.
what they're doing. Allegedly, the new one is gonna be like snowy vibes, which
The
I'm sure is
new
slightly
Batman?
Yeah.
The Batman 2.
Oh.
which is obviously going to be inspired from this one because it takes place in the snow with the
Yeah.
penguin.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Now we're gonna,
Do we know who the Penguin is?
I don't know.
in what, the new movie?
Yeah, new.
It's gonna be the same guy.
I've never even seen Batman.
It's Colin
It's
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Oh, but it's now with Batman.
He was with Batman.
He
in
was
the
with
first
Batman
One.
in the first one.
Oh, see, I didn't even see it. I don't know.
You haven't seen the new one?
I saw bits and pieces.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where the character
With
for
Vampire Boy? No.
that's
Yeah.
where the character.
Got you for the spin-off.
Comes
Gotcha.
from. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Because
Because
it takes place like a week after that
Oh.
movie.
Yeah, and you actually see parts of the end of or near the end of the Batman in the Penguin
Gotcha.
from different camera angles. So,
Yeah, I don't know. DC just loses me a lot. I haven't seen
Dude,
it.
I
I've
think
seen
you
like
would
bits
really
and pieces
like.
of
I
it.
think if you liked The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
then you would really like
Some
the
Vampire
Pattons.
Boys.
Yeah, I grew up a DC guy. I was not a Marvel person at all.
I was too.
And it wasn't until the MCU that
That one was always my favorite. And then then it kind of got weird.
I read some Spider-Man and I watched the fucking X-Men cartoon with my kids and really liked it. I haven't watched the new one.
I guess I didn't really dislike it until like the stuff with the Flash started coming around.
Yeah.
Then I kind of got distracted and didn't really care for it anymore.
Well, some of the early stuff was good, like the early TV shows. Like the first Daredevil and like I watched some of those. Who's the black guy? What's the
Falcon?
No, it's not Jackhammer. It's like
Iron Fist or something like that.
No, but that's the same ballpark. Fuck, what's his name?
Talking about from DC?
Yeah.
Cyborg?
Oh,
They did a whole like HBO series, like I'm talking like almost 20 years ago now.
the one that Shaq played, Steel.
No.
No,
Let me see. I gotta find
Is
it
it
now.
DC
John
character?
Henry Irons,
Marvel TV show.
I think
Oh,
was
Marvel.
his name.
Old.
Oh, Marvel.
Oh no, it is DC. I'm
yeah, it's DC.
cranked. What's this fucker's name?
I think Steel is one of the Superman replacements when Superman dies.
This is around like the Daredevil time, though, like the first Daredevil. They made like 5 different series that were all like, I think it was HBO.
Once their names got a hold of like the DC universe, like the ABC or whatever the fuck,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I think it's that era.
like WB era.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that era of shit. Like the Lucifer, like all that shit. Smallville, Supergirl, DC Legends, Watchmen.
People like
Fuck.
love those like soap operas. People fucking love those.
This one
shows.
felt like kind of a soap opera too.
People were obsessed
Fuck,
with
what's
those.
this fool's
That's
name?
why
I can't
obviously
find
they
the
kept making
show.
them, even though they were pretty terrible. But it was like like a soap opera's bad, but you still watch it. The people that like them.
Yeah.
I think like that's how it was with like these like WB shows with people. It's like it's so bad and corny, but you just love the vibes of it.
I watched a video the other day with Stephen Amell, who played the Green Arrow in the Arrowverse, the WB shows, and John Cena, who plays the Peacemaker in the DC.
Oh yeah, that was on HBO, right?
Yeah, but he's in the second Suicide Squad.
Is it Black Lightning?
No, that's what's popping up on my thing. Fuck, bro, what's his name? I thought it was HBO, but it might be WB.
Tune in next week when we
Yeah, I'll
figure out who the
remember.
fuck we're talking about.
There's like a lot of them. Like something. Is it Jessica Rabbit? Not
Oh, that's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
isn't there a superhero something Rabbit or Jessica?
I don't think so.
Jessica Jones?
Maybe.
Oh, you're talking about Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Luke Cage.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Like,
yeah.
those were okay.
I remember Luke Cage comics.
Luke Cage is
Yeah.
coming to season 2 of the Daredevil reboot.
But he has his own
When's
show.
that out?
Yeah.
He has his own show like 20 years ago. That all those are like kind of good.
Has already been a season 1 of the Daredevil reboot?
Not out yet.
Okay.
Soon.
That's going to be on Netflix?
No, Disney Plus.
Yeah, they. Oh, interesting.
So they're starting from scratch.
No.
Oh.
It's a continuation.
Okay, of the original one.
Uh-huh.
How many seasons was that?
I think Daredevil was 3.
So not that
Luke
many.
Cage is Marvel then, huh?
Yeah.
No. Luke
Oh,
Cage is
not?
yeah, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Luke
I'm
Cage
sure
is
they'll
fine.
write it to where you can just jump in because I didn't watch the other ones. So I'm sure Disney will. The way Disney does things
Hopefully,
is they'll
yeah.
make you where you can just insert yourself right into it.
Yeah.
My understanding is that it's kind of both. Like
Yeah.
if you know the backstory, then it runs deeper for you, and if you don't know it, you're not.
You're gonna
alienated.
still enjoy it.
Yeah,
Sure.
but it's gonna be violent. It's gonna be because the original ones were very violent.
He's blind, right?
Yeah. Blind lawyer.
Yeah,
He was in like the Spider-Mans I grew up watching.
Yeah, that
Cartoon.
You got blinded like in a blast from a case, right? Or
Yeah,
something?
from Batman, and then he got angry, and now he wants to kill Batman. No, I'm just kidding.
no. In the series, at least, I don't really know because I didn't read Daredevil comics or anything, and I don't remember from the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie
Yeah, I don't remember either.
where it was a barrel of some fucking thing
Ooze.
that fell off the back of a truck and hit the car that he and his dad were in, and it covered him.
Yeah.
And he lost his eyesight.
But he basically gets like Spider-Man skills without the webs. Like
Correct.
like he's
You can see, but in his brain.
yeah,
where
he's doing like
everybody's at.
like hearing bat sonic.
bats.
Yeah.
Echolocating,
Yeah.
but not like Echo, because that sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it. A lot of them suck. What are we rating this bitch?
I think that we should rate this with heavily armed rubber duck boats.
Yeah, that thing was crazy. I'll give it out of 5, eh?
Yeah, out of 5.
You know, sadly, probably like a 2.7. You know, there is like something about it that I like the charm, but yeah, it's probably just nostalgia of the era, and like Penguin's so crazy, and but shit, man, I might have to go like 2.8 because that one-liner by Penguin might be. I swear to God,
He's getting a tattoo right after this.
no,
He's
really
got a-
though, I think it is the
He's been
toughest.
sitting there making the appointment on his phone.
You want to be like me? I'm a freak. Like that's really tough. It was really tough. You just play one, you know.
He's getting that on his left pec.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Danny just didn't have like the cojones to deliver it like we needed. But if Bane says it, it's going out iconic, you know, or Joker, it's going iconic. It was because it was Danny's little squiggly butt putting it out. But yeah, we'll go 2.7.
It's like when Kanye West tweeted that one time on Halloween where he's like, Halloween's the only day that
Yeah.
you don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa.
Tough. Yeah, he says Halloween's the only day we're not dressing up.
Yeah, we're not putting on a mask.
Yeah,
and I was
tough.
just like, what the fuck? I
Jeez.
can't handle that.
Tough.
I can't handle that.
Tough.
Jesus.
What you got,
Yeah, I'll
Sebas?
do, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no,
Dean, yeah, no,
Dean
go ahead,
didn't
go
give
ahead.
it. No, Dean didn't give it the real rating.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be with you. Like a 3.
Yeah,
Like it has its nostalgic moments, but like overall, it's just not that great.
yeah, it's bad.
There's a lot better Batmans out there.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
I like Keaton for sure, but like it doesn't hold up.
Yeah,
That was like when I watched it as a kid.
I'll give it a 2.5.
yeah,
Yeah, 2.5.
yeah. If you're trying to make someone love Batman, this probably isn't
It's
what you're
not-
serving them. Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is not the sauce.
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 2,
Fair.
but I'm gonna say, especially after she became Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer fucks,
Yeah.
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 and to the extent that he's in it, Michael Keaton is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfred crushes.
Alfred crushes, yeah, for sure. I
DeVito does his thing.
DeVito,
Yeah, he's all right.
he's it. I mean, I was reading that he stayed in character between scenes.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, that is a nightmare. I would stick him in that water and hold his head down till the bubble stopped.
Oh,
That's
God.
just such an annoying character. That's the thing that the Colin Farrell version, it's like he has no redeeming qualities other than just being charming. This is not a charming character.
Yeah.
Just based on those, otherwise it would even be lower.
Yeah.
And I didn't love the look of this movie. I didn't love
When like penguins pushed him in the water and just kind of throw his body in the water, and they're kind of looking down at him. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So, give me 2 heavily armed rubber ducky boats.
Yeah.
Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, new episodes every Wednesday. Happy holidays. Come along the journey of our holiday movie experience. 3sb.co.
I'm excited for this one.
No, we got some good ones coming up.
Series.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. We'll probably bang a couple out next week as well. Third Street Barbell, Sacramento, California, and I'm Solid Mike. Where you want to find me? What do you got, Dane?
Yeah, at DeanStores.ck, at Cabin Kilos, if you're coffee love and needs.
I am Sebastian _Brambila on IG.
I am at the Jim McDonald on all the social media. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts. This is Spreaker podcast in association with iHeart Media on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And if you wonder why we're just reviewing movies to the end of the year here, kinda, because life. That's why. Because life. We're not here every moment. We can't always do week to week, and we have a lot of fun doing these. And it is so much easier to bank up episodes that are about a thing that exists in time already, as opposed to conversations about topics in fitness and who hasn't already covered those anyway. So
yeah, let's talk about the election.
Yeah, you get some Nazi tits in here.
Search at Nazi tits. Nazi tits.
Yeah, just do